Hey guys, welcome back to Shedtalks. We'll be talking about Game of Thrones, episode 5. Let's get right to it.
Let's get to that.
Episode opened off with Sansa and Littlefinger having a little chat.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
a little sneaky chat.
Yeah, just tells him about what Ramsay did to her.
He was a bit shocked.
You got to think that he knew.
Yeah, because he knows everything.
Yeah, Littlefinger knows everything, doesn't he?
But what I think is, he might not have known because he was a bastard before.
He did say in the last season when he was dropping her off, he doesn't know much about Ramsay. I'm pretty sure he actually says that.
Possibly. It's a possibility. Anyway, she says that she still feels what Ramsay did to her. Is she pregnant?
I don't know, I didn't even consider that. I thought she meant she's still hurting or something.
Well, she said she still feels it inside of her.
He's probably cut her inside, doesn't he?
But could be.
Pregnant?
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
She doesn't look pregnant.
She doesn't look it.
Well, it's not showing it.
You never know.
You gotta wait a bit.
So, I don't know how long it takes to go from Winterfell to...
No, I've never made that journey.
No, same.
Never done that yourself.
Never done that journey.
No, I don't know.
Not yet.
I'm guessing it's more than an hour.
Peter Baelish seems to get about quite quickly.
He's everywhere.
Peter Baelish is he must have some sort of teleport device. He's just everywhere.
Managed to get from the Vale to the wall in
An episode.
How does he get about so quickly?
How does he know that she's gone back to Castle Black anyway?
I think that's just a wild guess.
Was it? That's a
Yeah,
pretty big gamble of considering how far away it is.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
obviously going to go to Jon, and everyone knows that Jon's at the wall. Just put 2 and 2 together.
Fair enough. He's a clever guy.
I'll give him that. He's smart.
He's not dumb, is he?
No.
After that scene, Arya learns about the Faceless Men's origins, and I like the fact that she asked who the first Faceless Man was.
He was no one.
She must know by now to stop asking those
Yeah,
stupid
stop asking them
questions.
questions. She gets a contract to kill that actress.
Yeah.
And she basically watches a shit version of season 1.
Shit version of season.
Or
What are you
a
putting in?
fantastic version of season 1, depending on your point of view.
I don't know, I didn't like the Ned Stark impersonator.
Well, that was the point, I think.
Ned Stark's not that thick.
No.
I don't remember him being thick at all.
No, I thought
It
it
was
was
a play, though.
It was a play.
And it's
I'll give you that.
it
It
shows
was a documentary.
the sort of interpretation of how the rest of the world thinks events played out.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting to
It
see
is
that point of
interesting
view.
to see that. She's going to kill an actress that plays Cersei. Is that a foreshadowing?
Because she's on a list.
Possibly. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
It was kind of heartbreaking when she watched Ned get his head chopped off again.
Yeah, she didn't like that
No.
very much.
No.
She sort of took it on the chin though, because she is
Took it on the chin.
no one.
Yeah. Well, she didn't look like she looked pretty.
Yeah, she looked
Turn in.
upset, and then she sort of realised, I'm no one. I'm not supposed to be upset by that anymore.
Yeah. I like as well about the shot of her in the crowd. It's quite difficult to spot her, so it's kind of like she's learning to blend in.
Yeah.
She just looked like one of the general folk.
It sort of mirrored from when Ned did get his head chopped off. She was in the crowd,
Oh yeah.
and then she was in the crowd again.
Looking way too much into that.
Little mirroring,
I don't know.
mirroring of events.
Yeah, I like that.
Are you going to tell me next time that's going to link to something else?
All these bloody theories
Yeah.
on Reddit.
You never know. You never know. And we get to find out where the White Walkers first came from.
Those children of course you have. What are they called? Children of the forest.
Yeah, Children of the Forest created the first White Walker.
Because they were being.
Was that
hunted
guy
by
that
men.
they stabbed some sort of tree trunk thing through? Was he a character? No
He's the
character?
Night King.
No, who was he before? That's not explained.
Interesting.
I've got a theory on who he might be.
Go on then.
That might be Bran.
Bran.
What?
What in the future you mean?
Crazy theory.
I don't know.
Maybe Bran goes back in time too far, gets stuck, ends up getting stabbed by the Children of the Forest, turned into
good.
White Walker King. That's why White Walker King wants Bran.
I'm gonna have to rewatch that and have a look
stop
at it. See if they've tried to sort of go for a guy.
Jesus Christ. Did you get this theory on the internet?
I seen it on the internet, and then I looked at it again because I rewatched it just,
Yeah.
and they've recast the Night's King, and the guy looks a lot like Bran.
I'm gonna get into this when I get home. I'm gonna research this
You really should.
because I like that.
It's really interesting theory that. Euron Greyjoy, always live him, takes the Iron Throne,
Yeah.
the Iron Island throne thing, tells everyone that he's going to take the ships to Dany.
Yeah.
Predicted that, didn't I?
Did you?
I did.
He's a dick, that guy. Isn't he? Don't like him.
I kind of like him.
I hate him.
What's Theon's sister called? The energy called?
Yara. I've got Yara.
Yara, yeah.
I got Yara down here, so I'm guessing that's.
So she's taken all the ships that they had already and all her followers away, haven't she?
But where are they going with them? Are they going to go to Sansa? Or are they going to go to Dany?
I reckon Theon's like, come with me. I know someone who can help.
Oh, I know somebody that needs an army.
I think they know that their uncle's a bit of a dick, and they don't want him to go to Dany and have that power.
Also, like, from the reaction that he got, like, they all cheered him.
Yeah.
It felt like there was no support for Theon and sister, who I keep forgetting her name.
I think the Iron people...
They just didn't want a queen, I don't think.
But then she took a ton of people. It must have taken a ton of people to get all the ships away.
Well, yeah, but she already had, like, loads of loyal supporters.
Where were they then at that cheering fest?
I think she'd already planned it.
Well,
maybe.
She knew that what's he called?
I don't know, they seemed quite surprised when he turned up. And then she was like, I'm going to kill you.
She can have a plan B.
Yeah. Didn't expect him to just come out and say, yeah, I killed my brother. That was
kind of
surprising.
He seems like that character, though.
He's
just really cocky, like, yeah, I killed him, so
Everyone's
what?
just like, fine, yeah, we accept that, that's cool.
Well, that's the way that then people
Game of
are.
Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones.
No, that's the way that the Ironborn are.
Yeah.
They're like...
What, stupid?
No, they just... like he said, he paid the iron price to be king because he took it from someone else.
Yeah.
They don't pay for stuff, they just take what they want.
Yeah.
So that's maybe why they got behind him, because he's Ironborn. And the Storm.
Storm. And now he's going to make a fleet. And is he going to go to Dany, or is he going to chase after them?
I think he'll end up going to Dany.
Yeah, and then there'll be a conflict down the line.
Conflict of interest.
Maybe,
Yes.
maybe Theon and his sister will go to Sansa, and then he'll go to Dany, and then later on.
Yeah, in the ensuing
a
final
conflict.
confrontations.
Dany sends Jorah off to go and heal himself. He's like, I love you, I'll be back.
Yeah.
I'll be
He
back.
probably won't be. I feel like that's just his end. That's it.
He's going to end up turning into the stone guy from Fantastic Four.
The
He's
thing.
going to turn into that type of looking dude.
Have you seen that on Facebook? They've actually done that. Put his
Christ.
face on the stone guy from Fantastic Four, yeah.
Jorah the Explorer. And then Dany rides off with a new army.
Some more troops for the cause.
Goes back to Marine, I'm guessing.
Probably
Probably.
back, yeah. They all just agree to go with her because she burnt down her house.
Yeah,
I've
well,
already had my opinion.
Yeah, I'd
set on
rather-
that.
if somebody did that, and then you were like under the Dothraki's like regime for years, and then she's like, she would be like a goddess to you.
I
yeah.
guess, yeah.
She'd just
Yeah.
like come out of a fire unharmed.
And they're all like, whoa, my god.
Yeah, I guess to us it's just like, she's already done it. And last time she came out with dragons, this time she just came out naked.
Yeah. I'm glad they've skipped the bit where she's like trying to convince them, and it's just,
it's
they
just-
go with it.
yeah.
Just get on with it.
That was good. They're moving on quite quickly this season.
Yeah, thank God.
There's no
Not
pissing
following the
about.
books either, this one.
Tyrion gets help from a high priestess who claims Dany's the chosen one, not Jon Snow.
They're all dumb, those fire priestesses, aren't they?
They just find somebody, say, "Oh, he's the chosen one." They die and they move on to the next.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
This thing, who says that?
Varys,
Varys.
he knows.
Yeah.
And then, but still, they're just like, because she knows something about his dick being in a fire or something, they're like, oh, okay, fine, actually, yeah, well, you can join us.
Yeah, I kind of like the priestess people.
I don't like them.
They're quite
Greasy.
Don't
I
like
don't
them.
know.
They are greasy.
They seem to think that they know what's going on.
Well, Sandra thought she knew what was going on.
Well, she brought Jon Snow back from the dead.
That's the only good thing she's done in her entire life.
Yeah,
And do you reckon this new one's a really, really old hag as well?
They had the same necklace.
yeah, they did. Yeah, probably the same.
So, I think
Yes.
She's probably like thousands of years
so.
old.
Yeah. Bran goes on a trip, sees the army of dead.
Yeah.
That was badass.
Did not turn out good for him.
Any
again.
White Walker scene is badass.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love seeing White Walkers.
He gets up and close up with the Night's King,
Yeah, touches him on the
Touches
arm,
him.
marks him.
which might be why I think he is Bran. Because nobody else has seen Bran when he goes back or forward in time, but the Night King saw him.
Yeah, but Ned nearly saw him.
No, he shouted
Well,
out to Ned and he turned
he
round
did
and
like a
it
whisper,
was
didn't he?
just
Yeah,
nothing now.
but maybe he's more powerful now. He's got more whatever it is that the tree guy's given him.
I think there's some sort of connection between those two.
I hope there is. That'd be really cool.
I don't think so.
It would also explain why, when the Night King saw Jon Snow at the end of Hardhome,
Yeah.
they had a little stare out
Because he knew him.
because he knew him.
But is he in his own mind then? Because obviously he didn't want to become this Night King. Now he's
Just going over my head, this, I have to say.
like,
It's
would
quite
he
a
have his
theory.
own thoughts? Because he's obviously not doing what he wants to do.
It's just an older version of Bran. That's what it is.
Or didn't that
But he's
crow
just
guy,
pissed off because
Yeah.
he's been turned into this thing.
three-eyed raven guy,
Yes.
Yeah.
he said, it's time to be me, he said. To Bran.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he said, oh, do you think I'm ready?
Well, maybe he's the Night King.
No.
I think he's just going to find a tree somewhere else and be him.
I hope
I
not.
don't think he literally meant he's going to be a guy in a tree. I think because you know, like when
It's an old tree, what they used, that the... what
They
are called?
worship.
yeah, that's the same place where she stabbed the Night King guy, isn't it? Because that's the same
it's
tree.
The same tree. Maybe the Night King wants to get Bran, take him somewhere so he can stop the creation of the White Walkers.
That's why he wants to get hold of him so much.
But he was out to kill everybody there, though.
Yeah, because everybody else is like, you're not getting Bran. Because you'll change the way the world is.
I don't think he can do that because time is in a loop here, and it's already shown that because of what we'll talk about at the end of the episode. So, like, he can't stop the creation of the White Walkers because the White Walkers are there trying to come after him, so it has to happen, so he can't stop them from occurring
Maybe
to begin with.
That's what cuts the loop, is if he gets the Bran. Stops the loop. Because Bran has to keep alive to keep the loop going, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You're gonna go like... He's going to get a picture of somebody and he's going to disappear, like in Back to the Future. It's like, it's going to be they're in the alternate of Game of Thrones now, and they're going to go back to the, what it was.
Picture of the White Walkers.
Yeah.
There's the picture of the White Walker.
A picture of White Walker and he disappears.
Maybe. I don't know.
John and Co. So they're trying to seek out allies, aren't they?
The Mormons.
Oh yeah. Well, they were obviously going to go for the
Obviously the Mormons. Yeah.
So they can't go for the major houses because the major houses are all spoken for apparently, except for one who something about they didn't know they had another option. I didn't know which house he was talking about though.
That's the first guy that went to Ramsey.
The one who was like, "I am not bending the knee."
No.
Yeah.
The one before that. The Karstark guy.
The guy who was there when he killed his dad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they're the family that Rob chopped his dad's head off.
Yes. Yeah. So, well, why would they follow him after that?
I don't know.
Wouldn't happen.
North remembers.
North remembers.
Sansa says she'll stand by Jon. I think she might be Queen of the North, not Jon being King of the North.
Yeah, because it happened because of his name.
You know John's going to be like, I don't want to be king.
That's why I think Sansa will be Queen.
Yeah.
And Jon will just be her military man.
Military man.
Until
Yeah, I
Spin
don't
off
think
of Game
John
of
wants
Thrones.
to be king, does he?
He doesn't want any kind of position of power now. I don't think. I think he's
That's why
had his
I
fill.
think-
Just want to chill out, what do you mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but he
why
said
I
he-
think he's going to be thrust into a position of power because he doesn't want it.
Did say he's done with fighting, but he's just jumped back
There we
into
go.
it straight away.
He's going for a fight.
Yeah. So it's gonna be a couple of episodes of them going around all these small houses, gathering a big force.
I think next episode, what's it? It's episode 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So episode 6 will be them going around. Maybe episode 7's the fight.
That's probably later on. I reckon the big fight is going to be the finale sort of deal.
It'll be a finale. It's some sort. Yeah. It's
When
gonna be a
does
finale episode.
when does a big fight usually happen? Because it's not the last episode.
well,
is
that
it?
one, the Battle of what was it?
Hard Home was like episode 8, I think.
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
the second half, 3/4 through.
There's quite a few fights that need to happen this season, though.
Yeah. Or maybe they'll stretch them out to like next season as well. I don't know. Are they going to do it now that they're going off their own story?
I don't know. I think they've only got this season and next season to finish the story.
Really?
I think so.
Just 2 more seasons and then
pretty
Game of Thrones is done?
Yeah,
I don't know this.
I'm pretty
Game
sure.
of Thrones is a money-making machine.
Yeah.
It will not stop.
Yeah, but they're not going to stretch it out.
If it stops, there'll be a
They can
spin-off.
stretch it out.
There
though.
will be a spin-off.
Well,
They can stretch it out now because they're not making books.
I seen on Facebook that Jon Snow might get a spin-off.
Jon Snow, Ward of the North. That'll be good.
And it's like, you can't do it before he went to the wall because he was just a kid and nothing was going on. So it's kind of like a spoiler in itself.
That's
that
if
he's
that's
going
true, yeah.
to
That's
be
got to
alive.
be a rumour.
It is a rumour, but I don't know. Rumours come from somewhere.
There will be a spin-off though, I can guarantee that. Spin-off of some kind.
If they do a spin-off, I want it to be like the rebellion before Game of Thrones.
Robert's Rebellion.
Yeah, Robert's Rebellion. With Ned Stark and Bobby B.
Bobby B.
If they do like
Maybe.
the history.
But then there's no mystery, because you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it'll just give you more insight. Because all we know that was what's happened in the past is through Bran.
Yeah, or maybe they'd go into the stuff that happened before the Seven Kingdoms were formed, like
Maybe.
back in the day when Targaryens were like the lowest house in the chain.
Maybe
All
they'll
the other
do
dragon riders and
when
stuff.
the Targaryens came on their dragons and took over.
Yeah, could do that.
Possibly. I don't know.
Well, again, you still know what happens in the end. It's not like Game of Thrones now where you're wondering who's going to end up on the Iron Throne.
Yeah, but it's like the Better Call Saul is a prequel to Breaking Bad. You already know what happens to Saul.
Good point.
It's the story that gets to the end is what you don't know.
Yeah, I'll take that point.
It could do a prequel.
Hold the door!
This was sad.
Such a sad ending.
So sad. This is the saddest episode of Game of Thrones for me.
Yeah.
And his bloody water... His
wolf died.
His wolf died.
Which I think's like a little metaphor, because his wolf was called Summer, and it got killed by Winter. So Winter is here.
Yeah. All these meanings.
Winter has arrived.
Winter is here.
I think they must have had some kind of grudge against these wolves when J.R.R. Martin was running things. And as soon as he's like, okay, you guys can write some stuff of your own, and like, fucking kill all the wolves, get rid of them, they cost too much. Something stupid like that. There's two wolves died in the series already.
Yeah, I think when a wolf dies, something bad's going to happen to the character that was connected with that wolf, which might be why Bran goes back in time, gets stuck, comes White Walker.
Table that. We'll come back to that if that happens. Yeah.
It's
talking about it like it's fact.
It's gonna happen.
Yeah, so sad because like it's his whole life been leading up to this one moment.
Well, not his whole life.
Well, okay, from the part where Bran goes back in time, that's basically his whole life.
Yeah,
he's over 40. He's probably over 50.
I think he's like the same. I don't know how old Ned Stark was, but he was like the same age as them.
Yeah. Hold the door.
Hold the door. Rest in peace.
Does that mean Hodor's going to become a White Walker now?
I was thinking this, but I think that would take away from what they've just achieved with like the big emotional scene. That's his ending. Don't bring him back.
But maybe he will make a little cameo.
That would be in the future. I don't know. I'm not sure if I'd like that or not. Oh, it would be good for like a bit of like an emotional resonance with Bran.
Yeah. Also, the wolf that could come back
as a White Walker.
As a White Walker.
White Walker wolf.
They got horses. Why not wolves?
They've got dogs. Yeah, they had dogs in the Battle Hardow.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't
remember seeing dogs, but
yeah, they did.
That'll be interesting. Although it did seem like he got a good stab in you. Like
yeah, but you're getting brought back from the dead. It doesn't matter how many times you get stabbed.
Fair enough.
And Jon Snow got stabbed how many times?
True. I don't know the rules of bloody revivals in this bloody universe.
So I'm trying to figure out how to explain how this all happened with Hodor.
Okay.
So what I've got is, Bran's in the past. He has to be there because he quickly walks into Hodor from the past, which opens like a connection between him and Willis, and then Willis can like walk into Hodor, so he sees what's going on. He sees himself dying.
I don't think he sees himself dying.
And then he hears the whole hold the door thing, and it scars him.
Definitely scars him.
Jesus, yeah, that would, wouldn't it?
So it's like Bran goes through young Hodor, Willis, and he's able to walk into old Hodor at the same time.
Yeah.
Right, and what's the girl's name?
Mira.
She's screaming, hold the door. Yeah. And through Bran and Hodor, Willis can hear it. And then like it's like the only thing that can possibly be in his head, because it's like Hodor in real time is focusing so much, that's his only mission. He's just got to hold the door because he needs to save Bran so much. So it's like the only thing on young Hodor's mind.
Yeah.
So it just takes over, and it wrecks his head.
It's quite a good.
It's a good explanation.
It's better than yours.
It's better than mine. Yeah.
There's probably so many.
You took a bit. You did some research beforehand.
Yeah, but I got too much into the whole Bran being the Night's King.
Oh, yeah. I just overwhelmed your thought.
Any theories from you two? What you might think happens later?
Where do you think Bran's going now?
Told you my thought. Told you what I think.
Where? Well, you think he's going back in time?
He's going back in time. He's going to get stuck.
I think he's going to somewhere.
That's what you mean. He's going to be there too long.
Yeah, and he gets stuck.
Okay, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But I don't think it's going to happen until like the end of the season.
Yeah, if something like that would happen, that'll be way later in the season.
Do you remember Benjen Stark?
Yeah, his uncle.
Uncle.
Benjen.
Uncle Benjen.
Yeah.
There's a theory that he might be coming back to help Bran.
I have heard something along those lines.
There's been a trailer with like this dark shadow on a horse throwing fire at White Walkers, and they think that might be Benjen.
Oh, okay.
There's another theory as to why he might not have gone back to the wall, is that he's been touched by the Night King. And because he's a Stark, he's like resistant to the whole thing.
Maybe. Or because of the whole Bran being a Night King thing.
Bran's being a Stark, and he's the Night King. But anyway, he can't go back to the wall because he's been touched by him. So, and the wall's like basically held up with magic.
Yeah.
Because the children of the forest helped build
The
wall. So if he goes back, it'll break the wall.
Yeah.
And the White Walkers will be able to come through.
It's a good theory.
So that's why he's still out in the wild.
Hope he does come back.
I really hope he comes back, because why would you bring him in as a character? Like, oh yeah, this Benjen Stark.
Yeah.
And then he disappears.
And he's gone.
Yeah. And then you see him again as a young man.
Maybe Bran will find Sejora and they'll get a cure together.
I think they're a bit far apart, aren't they?
They might need to go into the wild to get a cure for the stone disease or whatever.
Stone disease. It's called grayscale. Grayscale. Oh, bloody skipped over Mira nailing a White Walker.
Oh yeah.
With a spear.
Yeah.
So that's 3 people that's killed a White Walker.
Yeah. So they just got like dragon blade, whatever this. What is it? Dragon steel? What's it called? Valyrian steel.
Glass.
Dragon glass.
Dragon glass. They just got those spears hanging about. Apparently.
Well, they would in the tree.
Would they?
Yeah. Well,
The bloody children
the children would have them to protect themselves, wouldn't they?
Yeah, I did not expect that to happen at all. I thought she was going to die just there and then. And he was a cool White Walker as well, the one with the awesome beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another cool thing that sort of mirrored was the Tower of Joy scene where her dad saved Ned Stark.
Oh yeah.
And she saved Bran. Reed's helped the
All
Starks.
these parallels.
There's a lot of parallels that you can draw between things that have happened and
The past.
are happening now.
I hope there's more time travel stuff. It's getting pretty interesting.
It's interesting, but it's hard to friggin' explain.
Bloody is.
Is that the end?
That's about it. Isn't it?
That's it.
That's all I've got to say.
I think we've covered pretty much everything.
Yes. So, if you like this video, make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment, all that stuff. And we'll be back next week. See you soon.